Los Angeles Clippers are ready to begin the final stretch of the season. Coming into the season, there was a last dance, last chance vibe with this team. After getting off to a rocky start, the Clippers decided to make a splash and brought in James Harden. The Harden experiment at first did not go to plan, and people were quick to write the Clippers off. However, the Clippers have since found their footing, and in the wake of the James Harden trade, the Clippers have emerged as the biggest threat to the Denver Nuggets in the West and as a legitimate championship contender. Since December 1st, the Clippers are an NBA best 28-7 with the best offense in the NBA at an 122.8 offensive rating via NBA.com and a plus 6.6 net rating. These Clippers feel different. Feels like the players on this team are all on the same page and they just have one goal in mind, and that's to win a title. What's going on, everyone? It is Luca here, back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about the Los Angeles Clippers and their title chances over the final stretch of this season. If y'all could do me a favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more Clippers content just like this. So Paul George recently talked about the Clippers' key players all seeing eye to eye, saying, all four of us are at sort of the same place in our career. We're seeing things the same way. George told NBC Sports about himself, Kawhi Leonard, plus James Harden and Russell Westbrook. We've made money, we've gotten the accolades and awards, now we're focused on one thing, the same thing, we all just want to win, George said. Of course, Paul George's future is currently up in the air. He has a $48.8 million play option for next season and could choose to become a free agent. Although he has previously said that the goal is to reach terms of an extension with the Clippers and stay in Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard recently signed a 3-year, $149.7 million extension, and the Clippers would like to keep Leonard, Harden, and George all on the same timeline. The Clippers stars have been able to coexist really well, and they have been able to stay on the court. There are still 29 games left in the season, but Kawhi is on track to exceed the number of games he played in the last season, having already played 48 games compared to 50. This also applies to Paul George, who is just 6 games away, and James Harden, who is 10 from surpassing last season's total. In the midst of facing stiff competition, the Clippers have managed to keep pace with the rest of the conference, and right now things are tight in the Western Conference. Even amid injuries to key players like Kawhi and Zubac, the Clippers have maintained their elite level of play. They have a top 5 offense and a top 10 defense. Players like George and Harden have stepped up, and even role players like Tice and Plumlee have proven themselves in big moments for Los Angeles. The Clippers currently sit at 36-17 and have pushed towards the top of the Western Conference standings. They will resume play Thursday in Oklahoma City in 3rd place behind the Thunder and Timberwolves. The Clippers are currently just 2 games back of the Timberwolves for the number 1 seed in the West. It's going to be an exciting final stretch, and we will see a race to the number 1 seed as the Clippers, Timberwolves, Nuggets, and Thunder all try to reach for that number 1 seed in the West and home court advantage throughout the Western Conference playoffs, which of course is going to be huge for the team that gets it. And you look at the Clippers, they have seen so much success and essentially have risen to the top after adding James Harden, who alongside Paul George and Leonard has been a perfect fit. You look at Leonard, he's shooting 45.3% from three-point range this season. That's the best mark of his career. And George is averaging 22.5 points while shooting almost 40% from 3. Both are benefiting from Harden's addition as a lead playmaker. And you looked at this Clippers team in the past, they were missing that true facilitator, that true point guard, that playmaker that was going to make life easier for guys like George and Kawhi, because we saw it. The Clippers would rely heavy on ISO, but with Harden, guys are getting easier looks, and it's no surprise that Leonard and George are having great seasons playing alongside Harden. And Harden was seen as a disgruntled star coming in, but he has found himself with the Clippers, fitting in perfectly with George, Leonard, and company. In the Leonard and George era for the Clippers, the stars haven't aligned. Perhaps they will this season. For the majority of the season, and I'm knocking on wood when I say this, the Clippers have been able to experience a relatively injury-free year. When it comes to their core alone, the Clippers have been relatively healthy. And that's the biggest reason why, at the NBA All-Star break, the Clippers find themselves in the number 3 seed and with a chance to get that number 1 seed over the last couple of months here. We see how deadly these guys are once they're healthy, and as cliche and overstated as it is, the key for the Clippers over these last 29 games, I know you want to get the number 1 seed, but they need to stay healthy so they're in fact ready for a deep playoff run. If this continues to be the case for the Clippers and the play that we've seen translates from this point on, I mean, there's a very good chance that they're going to have a shot to win it all. When it comes down to talent, coaching, and even depth, the Clippers stack up well against any other team in a best of 7 playoff series. I mean, this is going to be a tough team to beat 4 out of 7 times. And to round out their high chances of winning the title this season, Ty Lue, I think he deserves a lot of credit. He, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated coaches in the NBA, and of course, he's won a title before. Another thing to look out for over this final stretch for the Clippers is what the rotation will look like. The Clippers sent home 2 players in PJ Tucker and Bones Highland from their road trip against the Warriors, and both players are expected to rejoin the team after the All-Star break, the Athletic's Shams reported. Shams also reported that the Clippers and Tucker have had productive discussions this week about the Clippers potentially having Tucker re-enter the rotation, according to league sources. So the Clippers could look to bring him back into the rotation as the franchise enters the stretch before getting to the playoffs. But there's of course a chance Tucker won't be back in the rotation, because who would Tucker play over at this point? I mean, I can't see the Clippers moving on from Amir Coffey, who's been great for the team. The Clippers are not removing Russ or Norm from the rotation. The 2 more likely options are that Tucker plays over Plumlee and Tice if the Clippers decide to go small ball, or if he joins the rotation and it simply expands to 10 players. Overall, it's a good problem to have. The Clippers have all the right pieces and the talent. Now it's time for them to put it all together and produce the results this fan base has been patiently waiting for. Heading into the final stretch of the season, you can't help but wonder if this is the year that the Clippers finally get it done and win the championship. Clippers Nation, let me know how you're feeling. What do you think of the Clippers' chances down the stretch here? I am very high on the Los Angeles Clippers, as some of you may already know. I think the Clippers, if they are healthy, they are going to be a problem, and really, they are my favorite as of now to get out of the Western Conference. So we will see how the Clippers perform over the next little bit here, but guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next video.